Let us continue in Ezekiel 38 and verse 14. Therefore, son of man, prophesy and say unto Gog, thus says the Lord God, in that day when my people of Israel, that's all now of the 12 tribes of Israel, because they've now been united, the two sticks that Ezekiel talked about have now become one stick in the Holy Land, dwelling safely. Thus says the Lord God, in the day when my people of Israel dwell safely, you shall not know it. Yeah, there'll be so much that has happened on the earth that the people that are living in those lands that I've mentioned they'll be out of touch with things. The world will be in such a complete mess, just about killing every human on the face of the earth. And so they won't know it. They won't know what's going on over in the Holy Land. And you shall come from your place out of the north parts, and many people with you, all of them riding upon horses, a great company and a mighty army. And you shall come up against my people Israel as a cloud to cover the land. It shall be in the latter days, and I will bring you against my land, that the heathen may know me, when I shall be sanctified in you, O Gog, before their eyes. Thus says the Lord God, art you he of whom I have spoken in old time by my servants, the prophets of Israel? Yes, God spoke about them in old time. That's why the prophetic books of the Old Testament were written down, because often prophecy is dual, and there is going to be an end-time fulfillment of most of the prophecies in the prophetic books of the Old Testament, which prophesy in those days. Many years I sent those prophets to you, that I would bring you against them. Yes, it's been prophesied at the end times. These people, led by Russia and by China, will come against the 12-tribe house of Israel and Judah in the Holy Land, after Jesus Christ has returned and restored them and given them peace and complete 100% safety. Verse 18, and it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, says the Lord God, that my fury shall come up in my face, and in my jealousy and in my fire of my wrath have I spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel, in the Holy Land, so that the fishes of the sea and the fowls of the heaven and the beasts of the field and all creeping things that creep upon the earth and all the men that are upon the face of the earth shall shake at my presence. And the mountains shall be thrown down, and the steep places shall fall, and every wall shall fall to the ground. God is going to work absolutely fantastic miracle here. He is once again going to start to rock and roll parts of this earth because of this enemy, this conglomeration of enemies that are coming up to the Holy Land to take the spoil and to be a prey and to eat them up and to take all of their good things. Verse 21, and I will call for a sword against him throughout all my mountains, says the Lord God. Every man's sword shall be against his brother. They're going to actually end up fighting one another. They're coming up to fight and take things from Israel in the Holy Land, but they're going to start fighting each other. God can do such things. Make an army start fighting amongst themselves. Verse 22, and I will plead against him with pestilence and with blood, and I will rain upon him and upon his bands and upon many people that are with him, an overflowing rain and great hailstones, fire and brimstone. Thus will I magnify myself and sanctify myself, and I will be known in the eyes of many nations. It's going to not be something hidden. It's going to be so stupendous and great that nations around the world are going to know that something mighty has taken place over in the Holy Land. And they shall know that I am the Lord. They will have absolutely no doubt at that time who is God and who is fighting for the 12 tribes now at peace and harmony and without walls, dwelling in the Holy Land of Palestine. Who is fighting on their behalf? They will not have an army. They do not need an army. There is no bars on their houses and no walls around their streets and their towns. They can leave their doors wide open. They are 100% safe, and they know it because Jesus Christ is there with them, and the saints are there with them. Other nations may not know that fully and completely, and they will think that the people dwelling in the Holy Land, they will hear about how safe they figure they are, how peaceful they say they are, and what great crops they have, and what a great physical blessings they have in the country that they are now living in. They won't fully understand how it's all come about, only that they are in such desperate straits because of the world just about committing suicide. They will need the physical things, the food that Israel, that they hear these people over in that land of Palestine have in abundance. And so they will come and try to take that from them. This is what Ezekiel is talking about. And he goes further then and gives us more understanding of this prophecy, that it must be after the coming of the Messiah, not any time before, as Ezekiel 39 will tell us. And we'll start to look at that next time.